hope you guys enjoyed that clip earlier with the physique update and the training segment. You guys already know where I am. This is probably the most and easiest flexible dieting food you can use while you're dieting. I know you guys are gonna say, I got this in my last video, I keep getting it, but it's just that good. I love coming here. No knock on wood-fired pizza, that's still the GOAT, that's still #1. You guys know I love Blaze. Another thing too, I didn't get the high rise. Pro tip, if you're dieting, you can get the high rise if you want, but to control your numbers, to control my numbers that I'm currently dieting on, I did not get the high rise pizza. In fact, I'll show you guys my numbers right now. I'm not gonna show you guys the entire full day of eating. You guys have seen me eat most of these food sources multiple times. I'm just gonna show you guys the best part, the pizza, your favorite part, my favorite part. I gotta get a bite for the gram. You guys already know. And as you guys can see, it's week 2 and I'm down like 3-ish pounds. So I was like 176 point whatever. My 3 most recent new low weigh-ins have been like 176. I'm 173.2, 173.8. So we're down like 3-ish pounds, and you can clearly see it in my physique. You can see it in my core. You can see it in my back. You can definitely see it in my quads as well. If you go back and look in the beginning, you can start to see like the striations in my quads. So that stuff excites me, man. When I start to see those details, I'm like, truck driving by. When I start to see those details, it gasses me up. I'm gonna look so much better at 165 than 173. And for those of you wondering, why am I currently dieting? It's really simple. I feel better, I have a higher appetite, and I'm more marketable. I'm not gonna stop until I reach the goal. This is like going down too easy. Maybe I should have gotten the high rise. A couple of other small goals are to maintain all of my strength as I diet down. So far I've been maintaining / gaining on certain exercises. Usually compound lifts, bench press hasn't gone down at all. Overhead press hasn't fallen at all. Squat, no. My squat, I will say, it isn't where it should be right now just because of the back strain that I recently suffered, which I mentioned in the previous video, but that's getting better. I didn't show it, but when I did the upper body workout, I started off with a couple of squats, just light squats. It's like 3 sets of 6 days just to see how it felt with like, I think it was like 250 pounds or something like that. And it wasn't bad. So I'm gonna take my time, build the squat back up. I normally don't get injured. You guys know that. I try to always prioritize form and technique over tonnages. If you look at something like your bench press or your squat and it hasn't gone up dramatically in months or even say a year, has your technique improved? Because if your technique's improved, even if the weight hasn't gone up, you're gonna get so much better muscle activation. Somebody had recently said like, oh, you know, I think it was like my squat or whatever lift. No, I think it was my bench hadn't dramatically increased since this date. But I'm like, if you go look at my bench on that previous date, I used to bounce it off my chest and just blast that weight right up, you know? I'm doing more or less the same weight, but with 10 times more control. Coming down, slight pause on the chest sometimes, boom, right up. Very little leg drive. Nothing is moving in my body. My legs aren't kicking everywhere. So there's more muscle activation. So you gotta take that into account. Maybe my bench would go up if I ate 2 of these. 2 slices left. One of the things I'm excited for while dieting is just having that incredibly high hunger sensation, so that like when I see food, I'm like, yeah, I just want to crush food. It's like when you're not in that caloric deficit for that prolonged period of time, you're just like, whatever, I'm just eating because I have to. But I love that. I love having that super high appetite, that incredibly high hunger. Not in like any way of like an eating disorder or anything like that, but just having that incredibly high appetite and just being able to just house calories. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm stoked for. I'm gonna try to take this down in one bite. just because I've done it before, so I want to see if I can do it again. Damn, that was good. So you guys, just like I was explaining, these are the macros from earlier. 220 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 55 to 60 grams of fat. 2 whole eggs, 240 grams of egg whites, a packet of oats, cooked it in some olive oil, that Blaze pizza. 6 slices says it's 900 calories, but that pizza does not look like 900 calories to me, so I minused 1 slice to be on the safe end, so that's 750 calories. And then tonight I'm gonna be eating some potato, some turkey tenderloin, some Greek yogurt, and some whey protein in the Greek yogurt. Now let's crack open a bang and get to this leg workout. Right away, guys, we can notice the detail in my hamstrings that it literally wasn't there 3 pounds ago. It was there, but it was very faint. You can see just like the separation in them, and that's a body part that comes in pretty damn quickly for me. So yeah, I make it a point to do lying leg curls. There's like 3 different lying leg curls in this gym, but to do them on this machine because the lighting is dope. I can't wait to see my hamstrings at 165. This entire workout is posterior chain based, meaning all the muscles on the back side of my body. So hamstrings, glutes, calves. I do throw in some abs, some hanging leg raises, but literally there's no quad work in this workout. So RDLs. I forgot my Versa grips. I'd be doing like 275 for sets of 10 to 12, but my terrible grip from not doing this exercise recently led me to only do 225 for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And then my hands were like, I'm about to drop this weight. Then we have some outer glute work, hip abduction. Okay, so not adduction, abduction. That's outer glutes. One of my favorite machines. If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I was like, that's for girls. But no, it's a really good accessory movement for the glutes to really target the side of the glutes. Then the glute ham raise, literally my favorite hamstring movement that involves knee flexion. The lying leg curl is a really good machine too. Most people should start out with it because it's easier, but I personally think, and I know a lot of experts in the industry would say the glute ham raise is superior. It's just much harder to perform, so it's good to start off with the lying leg curl, then graduate to this. Eventually, you want to even overload this exercise. Some people will use chains around their neck, or they'll hold a plate against their chest. And then I found this gem recently in the gym. You guys know I like to do barbell hip thrusts, but this booty builder machine is freaking awesome. I did sets of 12 to 15, 3 sets of 12 to 15. So comfortable on your hips, and you can just like go to town with volume on this movement. It's comfortable because your back is like perfectly placed. It's perfect for performing a hip hinge movement to overload the glutes in the shortened position. I still do recommend doing hip thrusts, just because obviously the hip thrusts are going to involve more stabilizer muscles, correct? Because you're using a free barbell. Your hips kind of have to balance everything. Your feet are on the ground, you have to balance everything. But with this, you can really just bang that volume in without having to worry about stabilizing everything. Just a physique check in the mirror. I finished with some calf raises. I believe I didn't film it this way, but I supersetted calf raises with some hanging leg raises, which you're going to see me doing after this. I need to really up the volume on my calves because you guys can look and see for yourselves. But yeah, calf raises, and then I believe hanging leg raises are up next. But yeah, we're doing good, man. We are killing it on this cut, and so far it's pretty damn easy. I think I did my first cardio session in this. Yeah, actually I do it in this video. And I did 30 minutes of just list cardio, walking on the treadmill. Incredibly easy. I've even been dropping without the list cardio, but I was like, you know what? I like doing list cardio. It makes me feel good, and we are making progress. We're gonna look effing aesthetic by the time we are done. And for anybody else who's cutting, keep putting that work in.
You tell me to grow up, but I never show up.